Let's get you some perspective from a technical angle. Now, Rahul Sharma, Director and Head Technical and Derivatives at JM Financial Services is with us. Mitessh, Thakkar, of course, is with us as well. Gentlemen, good to have both of you here. Thanks very much for joining in. Rahul, just start by talking about this divergence which is emerging, right? The large caps pretty much at all-time highs. The small cap index about 8% off its all-time high. You know, these divergences can last for some time, as we've seen over the years, but not for very long. Just wanted your thoughts to begin with in terms of where we are.
Yes, absolutely. So if you look at the Nifty or the Nifty 500 index, it is there's no concern technically speaking. It is only the small cap index which has taken a beating, and our sense is this should take some time for the damage to get reversed. And until then, I think the markets will shift focus to the large caps, which are otherwise doing pretty solidly. So the strategy for this month at least should be to focus on the heavyweights, the index heavyweights, and the areas of the market which have relatively done well in this period. And that is where we believe that the bulk of the action should be concentrated into.
All right. Hi, Rahul. Morning. You want to name a few stocks that can support the index?
Yeah, absolutely. So, banks have been a cause of a concern in this entire correction. And now, especially private banks, which were like the major dampener, are now reversing. To name, HDFC Bank has formed a very good base around the 1400, 1450 mark and is now set to stage a proper reversal. So our sense is 1500, 1525 is very much on the cards for HDFC Bank. That stock looks pretty solid. On the other side, we have Reliance, which is relatively done very well in spite of the correction. The stock has held on pretty solidly. We feel that there is another round of upside to be had. And another one which comes to our mind is Larsen and Toubro. So Larsen and Toubro, if you see the daily chart, there's a cup and handle formation, the breakout of which could take the stock upwards of 3850 and above. So we feel that there are three stocks from the Nifty 50 space which can do well. And as we are seeing today, banks are coming back very strongly. So that should also aid the Nifty's stance at this point in time.
Okay. Rahul, just give a sense on some of the high-flying PSUs, because along with the correction last couple of days, we've seen 15, 20, sometimes 30% in individual stocks come off. What is the advice here? Would you advise lightening positions, or are some of these companies, some of these stocks, perhaps an interesting buy on dips?
Yeah, so the PSU Bank Index actually gave us a decadal breakout around 6 odd months back, and this uptrend is here to stay. We feel that dips are good buying opportunities, like the likes of Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, SBI to a certain extent. They are top three picks in terms of the technical strength, and we feel that there is more upside to be had. So, PSU banks didn't really witness any correction or whatsoever way in the last couple of months. And now we feel that after the private banks have turned around, we feel that the PSU banking strength should re-emerge eventually, and they should be on track to hit newer highs. So our sense is stay positive, stay bullish is the mantra for PSU banks, now that the private banking space has also started rebuilding itself.
Okay, we also have Mitessh with us. Mitessh, comment on this. I mean, the Bank Nifty itself, there have been many false starts. That's the problem. Now, we don't know if it finally takes out that all-time high or not. But the problem with at least the Nifty Bank is that you don't get follow-throughs. It's one day up, one day down. What is the kind of positional trade that you would advise, both on the Nifty Bank and let's throw in PSU banks as well, whether they offer a better risk-reward, if you think?
Surabhi, I think, I'm slightly on the sidelines on the banking side. I think, there was a negative structure which was kind of negated in the last half an hour, primarily due to HDFC Bank. I think that's given a strong reversal. But I'm not sure whether we have a positional trade and whether we can look at all-time highs. I think maybe 48,200, 220, which is where the last high we got was 48,161 on the 6th of March. I think that will be the pivot where the Bank Nifty will take a breather. So for the timing, I think, taking smaller positions for a few days kind of an exposure. I think HDFC Bank, I heard Rahul also mention that. That's on my buy list as well. Keep a stop below levels of 1440, look for targets of 1495 here. And the other one is sell on Godrej consumer products. That's slightly turning negative. So keep a stop at about 12:45, 12:46 and look for a target of 1170.